It can be in different areas or a combination thereof. But what it does is that it's messing up with our mental health, and it takes us down rabbit holes that are so deep and endless that they are scary. So many of us are feeling it, and it makes that we're struggling, like I mentioned, to come out because we don't know how to show up with that pain, that confusion about how to show up, that shame, that uncertainty, and that exhaustion. So many of us feel like we just can't keep pushing anymore. Hello, beautiful. How are you doing today? So, yesterday I had a conversation with a woman, with another highly sensitive woman, and I was just astounded at how many women these days kind of have the same story. It looks different, but the story is the same. It's a story of how much suffering we're carrying, what hardships we face in our lives, how exhausted we are from carrying it, how much we isolate ourselves, and that's connected to shame because we feel like we're not all right and we can't show ourselves when we're in those states. And I'm astounded because last year, or 2023, maybe a year and a half ago, I did a couple of videos about that because I was having conversations with other women who were also sharing the depth and intensity of the pain that they're carrying. And it can look like something financial, relationship-wise, career-wise, health-wise. It can be in different areas or a combination thereof. But what it does is that it's messing up with our mental health, and it takes us down rabbit holes that are so deep and endless that they are scary. And I want to talk about this right now in this video or at this moment, not because I have a solution, but because I want us to know that we're not alone. There is something going on right now, and I don't know really what it is. And I'm sure maybe you're feeling it too if you're seeing other women also carrying something so heavy. There's something going on in the world that makes that the feminine, us, those of us who are deeply connected to it, that's why I've talked mostly about highly sensitive women, that we are given or taking on, or something not necessarily that we consciously choose, a burden and a heaviness that is going on around the world. And it just is. It's happening. So many of us are feeling it. And it makes that we're struggling, like I mentioned, to come out because we don't know how to show up with that pain, that confusion about how to show up, that shame, that uncertainty, and that exhaustion. So many of us feel like we just can't keep pushing anymore. I think we're carrying something, a heaviness about the world for a purpose. Maybe I'm hoping that it leads to us processing it and helping the world become lighter at some point. But also because I think that in ourselves, living inauthentically is becoming unacceptable and intolerable. So all these things that perhaps, I know in my case, we have suppressed, put aside, denied all our lives from feeling or expressing are coming up to be seen and to be acknowledged, to be loved, and to be expressed, and to be told, yes, this is who I am, and it's okay. And before the world can tell us that it's okay, we have to come to a place where we can tell ourselves that all those parts are okay. So, like I said, this is not a video about solutions. It's a sisterhood, a circle of support, a moment to acknowledge that, yes, we are going through that. If you're going through that, you're not alone. My goodness, it is all over the place. You can see it like on Facebook when there's a post that a woman writes about either being told to tone it down or suppressing your true self, or how brave we are for just being here. Yesterday in my conversation, when that friend was asking me, so how are you feeling about all this? Because I'm kind of at on the edge of a precipice here myself in my life. And it's pretty heavy at times to carry this along with everything else that I feel about the world and about other women and for other women. And she was asking me, so like, what's the solution? What's the main statement that you can make about this? Where do you stand? And my answer was, well, I'm still here. Somehow, I'm still here. I'm still standing up. And later when she was sharing, she was saying how emotional and difficult it is for her to even say, I'm still here. And with this pain, that constriction, that whatever it is that we're feeling and carrying, I was also saying, like, sometimes maybe I feel I'm a fool for still hoping that things will open up, will break through, that ease is going to come into my life, that I'm just going to be able to breathe and recover and rest for a while. And she was also saying, yes, her and other women she speaks to, it's like, it's hard to even dare to hold a seed of hope. This is how far we are into this phase. And the teachings, I was going to say the wisdom, but it's not. The teachings that are out there that say, mind over matter, just change your thoughts. When you start feeling certain hard emotion, push them aside, do something to distract yourself. It's not working. It's not working for me. And I imagine it's not working for you because it's a form of, again, telling ourselves that a part of what we actually do, feel, and think is wrong. And it's piling up more of that shame. And we can't take it anymore. Shame is becoming unacceptable. Suppressing our true nature is becoming unbearable. And this is where we stand. And as far as for the world, what we carry for the world, I have a feeling, is also connected with us, with the suppression that's going on. But for women, once we start owning and being and expressing who we are going to be releasing and transcending, transforming, whatever, dissolving this heaviness that we're carrying. And as long as we are carrying this weight of the world on top of our own personal one inside ourselves and keeping it inside ourselves, it's like carrying a toxic antidote. It's like our expression is the antidote to the world's suffering right now. But when we only carry the pain without moving it, it destroys us. And this is what we've done for a lot of our personal life. I'm going to be talking about it a lot more because I'm finally owning my story of what happened to me with my chronic illness, and that it came from my suppression of my true self, how it almost killed me more than once, like literally killed me. That is the gravity of what we're doing to ourselves. Anyway, so this is about telling you, my dear, lovely, beautiful, strong, resilient, extraordinary, highly sensitive woman. I hear you, I know you because I am you, and you're not alone. And let's just start with that. For today, let's just start with that. We may be isolating still, but we're going to come together. We're going to connect. And that's going to be a wonderful step to something lighter. So, I love you. I'll see you soon. I always forget after the fact. I'm going to say it. If you're enjoying my videos, if you think that other women, other people could benefit from hearing them, hearing the message in them, please subscribe, like, comment. I would love to hear your thoughts on this, and share it with other people. That would really be supporting me, and I'd appreciate it. That's it for today. I'll talk to you soon.